Welcome to 549 Media. The lights are on, the crowd is loud, and the stage is set for tonight's action. From the opening whistle to the final buzzer, we bring you every drive, every shot, every play that makes the difference. This is where passion meets performance and every moment counts. Grab a snack, sit back, and enjoy your hometown Yellow Jackets because the game starts now.
And welcome into the Hive as we get ready for game number 2. First boys basketball game of the afternoon. It's the Paynesville area Bulldogs taking on the Big Lake Hornets. And Kyle, this should be an interesting contest between the big school Big Lake Hornets and the smaller school Paynesville area Bulldogs.
Yeah, we scouted Big Lake last year, not having to play them, but we did play Paynesville. Paynesville, they're giving up a lot of points this year. They're not, quite as good defensively as they've been in the last couple of years, but they're still scoring. And I think actually they've improved these last couple of games. But a lot of times, the competition, very similar to what we just talked about in the girls' game, the competition Big Lake sees on a night-to-night basis. Although they're 2-2. The quality of level of player that they have, you saw that last year. They were super athletic. They had guys that were dunking in the game. Really high-level basketball game they had in their first game last year. It was a lot of fun to watch. They ended up losing to Sauk Center towards the end of the game. It was a very close game. But this will be an interesting one. Look for Big Lake's size and athleticism to probably win the day, but you never know. Like you said earlier, it's still mid-afternoon on a Monday without school. Sometimes these games can get funky with not as big a crowd and it's not maybe as motivated as normal. So a lot of times it comes down to that coach that gets them going. But these teams have played before in this tournament, and I'm certainly expecting another quality game.
Thank you for tuning in, and we'll take a break as we hear a word from our local Perham Chamber.
Welcome to Perham, Minnesota, a great place to visit and an even better place to live. Here's a look at just a few of the things you can experience here. If you'd like to find your inner otter in Perham, visit OttertailLakesCountry.com.
Yes, garbage is gross, but here at Steve's Sanitation, we are your trash experts with experience to back it up. At Steve's Sanitation, we know how to schedule your trash pickups without missing a beat, and we have been doing it for over 30 years in Perham and the Lakes area. Steve's Sanitation has been voted the best garbage service in the Lakes area since 2019. With 30 dedicated employees, we're here to take care of your trash. For more information, call us at 218-346-4834 or visit our website at stevesanitation.com.
They go where you go. They're your wingman. Your, I should get this thing checked out support system. Who knows? They may even be your +1. Or should we say +4? These are your tires. Small town, large city, winter, summer. Every destination and every type of weather. At OK Tire Store and Service, we go the extra mile so you can add some extra miles. See us for tires, preventative maintenance, and more. OKTireInc.com.
Welcome back into the Hive. You see Paynesville that's Big Lake warming up, getting ready to go there. The road team on our scoreboard today in the road white and blue. Paynesville will be the home team for this afternoon's contest here at the Holiday Hoops at the Hive. Both these squads looking for their first Holiday Hoops at the Hive championship. On the boys' side of things, it's been pretty well dominant by Pearl. For the most part, they've had a lot of success here during the Holiday Hoops and formerly also the Grand 8 Holiday Classic. This tournament goes all the way back to 2015. Some good teams in the old Hive at the Prairie Wind Middle School that featured Spring Grove and a couple of their solid teams in the past. They came up, won it in 2015. Then Pearl won it 4 straight years. In 2020, a lot of people trying to forget due to the pandemic, there was no tournament. 2021, the Yellow Jackets continued that streak in 22 and 23. Sauk Center snuck one in there in 2024, and then the Yellow Jackets got the title back in 25. Or as we get ready to go.
Almost 25.
The 24-25 season, as it goes, as you look at it. But this is your 2025 overall, but 25-26 in the calendar.
We've got you, Grove.
Yeah,
We've got you. Yeah,
I'm sure.
It's a fantastic tournament. My lovely wife is the assistant AD, and talking with her in EA, it's always one of those things when you're hosting the holiday tournament, right? It's a little bit more added work during the holiday break. But when we have a facility like we have, and we have the administration top down, and just the way that we, take ourselves seriously here and provide such a great atmosphere, and even this 549 network, it's hard not to host, at least do a holiday tournament. It'd be weird to have these lights off all during the break. So I'm glad we host, and hopefully it continues.
And I'm glad to have you on board for coverage today. Lance on vacation, Mr. Rockaway, and we thank you for coming in, Kyle, and appreciate your support of 549 Media and also helping us out during the football season and now back here at the Hive during the basketball season.
Yeah, I think what's really cool this year, basketball-wise, and we'll get to see both those teams, is we have really 2 fun Yellow Jacket teams that on both the girls and boys sides. And so, when you ask me, it's certainly easy to decide to do, even if I was, just seems like yesterday I was coaching. I love watching both of these teams play. They've had really good success so far this season, so I'm looking forward to both the Yellow Jacket games coming up. But for now, we'll watch this Paynesville and Big Lake game, and like we talked about earlier, I think Paynesville's going to have to come out hot early and knock down some shots. If not, Big Lake's size and athleticism, I think, will be hard for Paynesville to handle this year. But you never know.
Coming into this game, Paynesville is 2-4 overall, but they're 1-0 in the Central Minnesota Conference. Good for third place. Big Lake is 2-2, 2-1 in the Mississippi 8 Conference. Good for fifth place. And you look at a little bit of the information on these two teams. Paynesville scores at 64.2 points per game. Big Lake at 76.8. Big Lake also gives up a lot at 77.5 points per game. And as you mentioned earlier, Paynesville allowing 73 points per game as well.
Yeah, that's Big Lake. What that is the quality of opponent they have. They can really score the basketball. You saw that last year. I've knowing I was doing the broadcast, looked them up a little bit. They're scoring at a high level. It's just stringing together stops. And when you play high level competition like their conference, you have to be able to do that. And so when you're giving up 77 or so and scoring 77 or so, that probably bodes well against a smaller school like Paynesville. And Paynesville's been giving up a lot of points as well. And that's not really the case typically for Coach Hendrickson's team. But he's got a younger squad. He lost some of his guys from last year, so he's still trying to go. But Coach will definitely have him playing hard. He's an excellent coach and really gets him to compete.
Both teams coming off tough losses. Last time out, Big Lake was defeated by Zimmerman 90-69, and Paynesville area was knocked off by Central Minnesota Christian 97-54. If that tells you anything, I expect an up and down game here.
Well, both Zimmerman and Central Minnesota Christian can score the basketball too. So, sometimes it's hard to read through those schedules and see exactly what it is. So we'll get a good feel for it. But I think it's going to be up and down. I think it's going to be high flying growth. That's fun. If we're going to go here hang out, we might as well see some high-flying action.
Well, that's kind of the thing, too, about these tournaments that I like about the holiday tournaments. You see new faces. You see teams that you're not used to seeing, so it should be a good opportunity. These two teams, Big Lake, I believe this is their second year for sure, maybe their third year in this tournament. Paynesville, also familiar with this tournament the last few years as well. We'll have our New Horizons Realty starting lineups here momentarily, as the Hornets of Big Lake will be introduced first. Joe Layton, a 6-foot sophomore guard. Trevor Stukenholtz, a senior at 5'10", a guard. A 5'9" senior guard, Lane Pettis. A junior guard, Leroy Hamrin. And Jonathan McCormick, a senior at 6'3". Starting lineup for Lance Pettis and his Big Lake Hornets. Carter Flanders, a 6'2" senior. Matthew Hemmingson, a 5'10" sophomore guard. Reed Johnson, a 5'11" senior guard. Derek Mergen, a guard at 5'11", a senior. And Sam Bruner, a 6'1" senior for Rick Hendrickson and the Paynesville area Bulldogs. Again, the Bulldogs wearing their home green, the Hornets in their road white and blue. So we get ready for game number 2 at the Holiday Hoops at the Hive. 2 more to go, all here on the 549 Media Network. As the pregame hush falls over the crowd here.
We've got a quiet gym. We might have to do the NBA thing and play some music in the background.
Tap goes the Big Lake. Here's Hamrin. Hands it off there. Stukenholtz now to Pettis. They run the weave up top. Stukenholtz now over to Pettis. Oh, Paynesville making some noise on a three-pointer on its way. It's good for Stukenholtz.
He really does a nice job of getting himself square early, and he's going to shoot it a lot tonight if that's how they're going to give him that much space.
Bruner with it, looking to drive, gets it batted away as he was going up.
And you saw that with Big Lake, their man defense. They're spread out, denying. He got by him. There was no help defense. So they're going to go out and pressure. It's going to allow for those lanes to open up. You just got to find a way to score it.
Into the backcourt now, driving Johnson. Contact there, put back though, it's good for Sam Bruner. Pettis now with the pass near side to the corner, looking to drive Hamrin. Hamrin to the hoop, shot altered, tapped out of bounds. It will stay with Big Lake. McCormick got his hand in on there as well, but it was last touched by Paynesville. Here's McCormick. Hands it off. Stukenholtz thought about it. Gets it poked away, but regains control. Hands it off. Here's Pettis. Hands it back. Now into the lane. The floater inside is good. And putting that one up is Hammer.
Yeah, just, they're weaving up top and just dribble drive action, but they do a nice job on the weak side of, making sure they're active too. You saw that there in that possession. Open up for a wide open layup.
Flanders can't get the 3 to go. Comes back to the corner. Here's Mergen. Now a deep 3 on its way, and that's nothing but nylon for Reed Johnson.
Yeah, Reed can really flush it too. We had a couple different games with him where he just hot. You feel like he typically times them out pretty well too after a run. You make a couple buckets, he catches it. You saw that, no hesitation, even with as deep as that was.
That shot blocked, swatted out of bounds by Bruner. Now baseline inbound for Big Lake. Layton going to his right, spins back into the lane. Kick near side, Stukenholtz. Floater on the runner's cook. Pressure. And it's tapped out of bounds. As Big Lake, a little bit of a trap there at half court.
Yeah, you never want to catch the ball there. He had his dribble there, but there wasn't much he could do.
Here's Mergen. And there's a foul by Stukenholtz, his first.
Yeah, Big Lake really trying to come out and pressure. Get a feel for the officials too, just kind of see what they'll allow.
Flanders in the lane, unable to get that to go. Still battling on the floor. Still, and now tied up. And held ball. This is one of those real North-style tournament games. The team's coming up north here on a nice Monday afternoon. Chilly outside, but it's warming up inside.
I 100% agree.
Mergen with it. Lets everyone clear, gets it poked away. Shot clock at 2, he'll heave. And it's off the iron, rebound corralled, nice board by Johnson. Mergen now.
You can see the frustration on Big Lake's coach on Pettis' face. You get him to take a terrible contested shot at the buzzer, and then you give up the board. Those are just the killers. All that great defensive possession to give it up.
Shot clock down to 1. They heave it. It's good. The three-pointer by Hemmingson. He just launched it like a quarterback and hits it nothing but net. Layton with it. Hands it off. Stukenholtz. That's off the front iron. Rebound by Layton. Fights up. And he is fouled. Just drops a dot at the buzzer.
Both of those shots at the end of the shot clock are not one you're going to call grandma and tell her about, but found a way to just chuck that in, and, you know, sometimes that can spark you for a little bit.
Paynesville leads by a point. Inside they go, Big Lake. Layton brings it up top for Pettis. Pettis knifes through the finger rolls good. Flanders with it. Now drops it back for Bruner. Reed Johnson on the near side looking to drive. Flanders gets bumped. Now gets it over to the near side to Mergen.
It's a nice job by Paynesville not to take the cheese and the bait and try to push tempo when they're asked. They're begging you to push tempo because that's the game they want to play. Instead, reverse the basketball and get it at your pace.
Hemmingson with it. He's going to fire it more conventionally. And that one's off the front iron, no good. Rebound grab by Layton. Hands it off to Pettis. Pettis knifes through, but he's fouled on the way. Hemmingson quickly has 2.
Coach Hendrickson trying to find some different guys that can score. I know that's one of the frustrations he's had this year. He's got a couple guys that have played a lot of minutes, and then he's got kind of these filler players that are trying to figure out exactly their role in the team.
Layton to the hoop strong. And Big Lake now leads 11-8.
Nice looking sophomore there. Like, he's got really good footwork and good feet around the rim. He's had a couple of spots there where he's actually passed it out where I thought he probably should have went for it there. He was nice and active, little jump hook.
Ball gets tapped out of bounds near side. 13:30 to go. On your Hilltop Lumber scoreboard, showing Big Lake leading by 3. Here's Meager with it. Hands it off. Sam Bruner drives, lays it in. He's got 4 now. 11-10. Big Lake lead.
That's just not good defense growth. I mean, that's a baseline drive and not a soul to contest on the weak side.
And Layton comes back and hits a triple to make it 14-10. Here's Mergen. to the near side. Reed Johnson now. I thought in our previous games that ball was going to be stolen away and back in a tough collision. I thought head coach TJ Super brought up a unique thing in his interview when he talked about QRF points, and this is one of those games for Paynesville and whoever will play Big Lake tomorrow, is it's QRF points beneficial for them.
Yep, absolutely. And those are the weird things you have to look at. It can be a benefit. I personally think it's tricky to try to put – a lot of times that puts you in a spot to not play your local teams, maybe some of those rivalries. It also makes it harder to schedule if you're kind of one of those better teams in a lower QRF or lower class. So that's where these holiday tournaments are so great. They kind of force you to do it whether you like it or not.
Bucket inside is good for Augie Vanderweest.
It's like last year we played at Oak Grove at that Concordia tournament, and it just doesn't benefit you at all. And then that's why this year we wanted to schedule Park Christian, and that Park Christian, even though they're 1A, might end up being a really nice win QRF wise, because Park Christian's going to win a ton of games this coming year.
Layton hits a 3, makes it a 5-point game. Driving, knifing through, laying it off the glass is Reed Johnson.
And you're kind of seeing your Big Lake. Maybe that's just the style of basketball they play is, hey, we'll give up some of these layups. We're okay. It's not going to bother us. We're just going to flat, through 36 minutes, we're going to score more points than you. And especially in a game where you feel like you maybe have a physical advantage. But, man, they just have not put up much of a fight. They're up to 20 points here, 19 points. But they haven't put up much of a fight defensively so far. So look for them to kind of batten down the hatches as they realize that this Paynesville team isn't just going to roll over.
Layton has 10. Now it's a steal there by Reinert. Up ahead for Stuckenholtz. He drops it off, driving to the hoop, and finishing there is Hamron. And we have a timeout on the floor as Hamron now has 4. And Big Lake leads by 7. We'll be back here.
From the plains of North and South Dakota to the lakes of Minnesota, one remarkable creature thrives, the cold climate heat pump. It cools when it's hot, heats when it's not, and uses far less energy than traditional systems. Those who welcome one into their habitat enjoy year-round comfort, generous rebates, and bills that nearly hibernate. Cold climate heat pumps, cooling, heating, and saving all year. That's efficient comfort, powered by Otter Tail Power Company.
Welcome back into the Hive as the Holiday Hoops tournament at the Hive continues to roll on here. Beautiful day indoors. I know it's a bit chilly after the weekend blizzard, but good action here in the Hive. I'm Jason Groth, Kyle Haberman. Hope you're enjoying our coverage of this tournament as Paynesville out of the timeout will bring the ball up court. Gruner now looks to drop it off. It's stolen. Too strong for the pass there for Biley, and it's back comes Paynesville. Here's Flanders laying open, and he's short on the layup. Back the other way, Big Lake. Layton swings it around out of the corner. A 3 from Newland is good.
Just continuing to push tempo. They sprint. If you're close, you're going right down the middle of the paint. If not, you're sprinting elbows or all the way to the wings looking to shoot right away. They're perfectly fine playing in this pace. Paynesville's doing a nice job, though, of sticking in it. They get downhill when they're open, especially on any sort of hard closeout, which Big Lake is providing a lot of hard closeouts, which lead to wide open lanes.
Flanders finishes that one this time. Now inside, Layton having a nice game. That one's no good. Leads all scorers with 10 right now, does Layton. And now he picks up a foul.
Paynesville tried out of the timeout to do a backdoor to try to alleviate some of that pressure on the outside, but a lot of times those backdoor plays early in the season are all timing, and they're a little bit tricky. You got to continue to work on them. In that case, it led to a turnover and a run out right away.
You mentioned timing might have been off. Don't know how many of these teams actually practice on Saturday or Friday after the Christmas holiday. Driving through. Basket will not count. Foul on the way to the hoop was Hemmingson. He's followed by Layton. That's Layton's second.
That's a one I'd probably be barking at a little bit in this quiet gym. That people get mad at me. I don't understand why he wasn't going up. What was he doing there as that bump happened?
That's a good question.
Felt like he was shooting the basketball, but I digress. It's my first time through
I was going to
2 games so far that I've said anything.
I was just trying to push that to the different direction as the player was pushed on the way to the hoop. Shot up there, no good. Couple of putback attempts, no.
This sure would be a fun basketball game to be a part of if you're a player.
And Reiner with the dunk attempt ends up laying it in.
Feels like a lot like a game at the YMCA that you get with your buddies during the Christmas break. So far it's been just a lot of up and down and a lot of one-on-one basketball.
Going to the hoop will be Flanders. He'll go to the line for what will be our first free throws of the day of this game. And Horseman Insurance and Investments thanks you for that foul, and they'll be shooting. 2 will be Flanders. That foul is on Reinhardt. That one's too strong. Which is kind of fitting for a game at the Y where free throws are non-existent.
Yeah.
Flanders. No relation to Ned. Gets that one to go.
Simpsons reference by, let me get to my clock here, 4:04 p.m. on this Monday.
3-pointer on its way, and that one's good.
He just, especially coming off that side of the floor, because he's a left-handed shooter. I saw this last year. He really shoots it at a high level. They got a couple guards that can do that, but Pettis certainly can flush it.
Mergen in the lane, short. Nice pressure defense on the ball. There by Miley, it goes out of bounds.
That's the best defense I've seen through Big Lake on a drive like that, getting yourself in position and walling up and at least making it contested. Still would like to see some more help side defense there, and that's probably why we're not seeing much for free throws, because there's nobody there on that backside.
Under 9 to go on your Hilltop Lumber scoreboard. It's a 12-point Big Lake lead. Meager up top for Flanders. Flanders, the head fake, drives up, and it's fouled, and he'll shoot a pair.
Yeah, and this is definitely a game for Flanders. He likes getting downhill. He does a nice job of landing on two and drawing contact as well. But he's more of just one of those athletic. You saw him miss that bunny from like 2 feet, but then he scraps and gets the rebound, and he's on the floor and creates another possession. He's one of those hustle guys. But this is a game he should like, because he should be able to get up and down to the rim kind of at will if he gets the right matchup.
He's got 4 points now. Back the other way, Pettis. Jump stop in the lane, now kicks it out. 3-pointer there. Too strong. Rebound, no. Johnson with it. To the floor. Goes out of bounds. We got a timeout on the floor. We'll be back.
Hi, I'm Tammy Jo Awney at United Community Bank, your local community bank. We've been serving the area since 1911, helping families grow, businesses expand, right here locally. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas from your friends at United Community Bank. We'd like to thank you for banking locally, serving you locally in Perms, Frazee, and Dent.
United Community Bank, your community bank. Member FDIC.
Hi, my name is Wally Anderson. I've been at Tuffy's for 3 years at the warehouse. I just recently bought a Panoptics. It's like an underwater camera. Saved my profit sharing checks for it, and I purchased it, and I can't really wait to use it this winter go ice fishing. KLM's got better health insurance. Their profit sharing checks, it's a huge difference. It's bar none by far the best company to come work for.
Welcome back into the Hive. Paynesville went to basketball into the timeout. Hemmingson with it. drops it off in the lane. Flanders up and in for 2.
Both out of timeout plays have been these back doors. That one's a little bit more simple, just wing to wing there instead of that baseline one. So nice play come out of the set, and hopefully it gets him a little bit of life.
In the lane, Biley kicks it out to 3, and a foul on the shot on the 3-point attempt by Hamrin.
That's the other thing. You call timeout and you bark at them to crank up their defense and get together a stop and make sure you're contesting all shots. And then they do that, but they do a little bit too aggressively, and then you give up the foul on a 3 where you just really want them to jump to the side and contest it, or even just make sure you box out.
Free throw number 1 for Hamrin is good. Second is no good at the Horseman free throw line. And the third is good, so he goes 2 of 3. Does Hamrin, and it's 31-20. Johnson brings it up. Gets a screen from Flanders, now gets it to him. Here's Hemmingson to launch and hits. He's got 6. Cuts the lead to 8. Newland hands it off. Hamrin to the near side. Pettis stops. Spins down along the baseline. Riley now. The far side, Newland. Pull-up jumper from him, no. Rebound Hamrin off of him, out of bounds. It'll go to Paynesville area.
Yeah, and if you're Paynesville, you'd live with that. Mid-range jumper, contested towards the end of the shot clock. You feel pretty good about that. Now you can just kind of build on it. They've found some different guys to score the basketball. Now just kind of keep that going.
Breaking the pressure. Here's Flanders. The 3. Offline. Rebound grab back the other way. Pettis.
You'd like to see Flanders keep that going and take it to the rim as little as Big Lake's been contesting it.
In and out on the shot there by Newland. Paynesville the rebound. Under 7 to go in our opening half. In the lane, shot blocked, but a foul by Hamrin. And on his way to the hoop is Sam Bruner.
That's a tough one. That's where you just kind of get out of position. You might feel like you were straight up and that you got all ball, but when you're kind of underneath it, they go into your armpit like that, it's hard not to make the call.
Free throw there is good by Bruner. Also, he did kind of, in the football terms, the hold of the arm before the guy was going up, too. That might have helped on the call, too. With 6:48 to go. As that lead shoulder was held as Bruner hits the second. He's got 6 on the night.
Coach Hendrickson has to be happy with this last, 4 or 5 minutes of basketball. They got down, I think, 12 or 13. And the last thing you want is that game to go away, and they've done a nice job of responding, and it's been different guys off the bench that have provided that energy.
Stuckenholtz with it. Excuse me, as it goes near side for Layton back on the floor. He drives. His shot's no good. Rebound there by Bruner. Now pressure. Layton's on the floor with 2 fouls. Was also the leading scorer right now for Big Lake with 10 points. Here's Morgan now to pick up his dribble, looking for some help. He gets it as he hands it off to Johnson. And Hamrin comes back the other way and gets called for the reach, and now he quickly has 2 fouls. And Paynesville has another chance to cut this lead down to a possession, and shooting 1-1 will be Reed Johnson.
That's a tough one on Hamrin. You always want to tell your guys to be aggressive. You felt like you could come from behind to get a deflection. You just got to make sure your inside hand is pushing outward instead of the opposite. It's just hard when you come flying in there and you think you've got the steal. If you miss that at all, it's just too obvious.
That one's good.
He's a major proponent of what they like to do offensively too. So this is a good opportunity for Paynesville to at least tighten up this game even closer, maybe even take the lead.
Layton inside, the floater too strong. Rebound grab by Bruner. He's done a nice job on the boards for Paynesville. Mergen with it. Inside. Head fake, nice drive to the hoop. And Bruner picks up the foul, and he'll go to the line.
I think what we're seeing here this last couple minutes, Growth, is a very fundamental land on 2 feet, pump fake, get him in the air offense by Paynesville against a very undisciplined kind of jump at everything, kind of get yourself out of position. And that's why you've seen the fouls just the last couple of minutes went from 4 to 8 in a hurry, put them in the bonus, and that's why this game is tightened up as well.
Bruner has hit all 3 at the line so far. And continues that streak. 31-29. Paynesville has cut it to 2 after trailing by as many as 10. Into the lane, kick out to 3 on its way by Barron. In and out, no good. And Bruner on the board. Here's Johnson looking to go to work. Now to Flanders. Nice feed inside and up and in for Derek Merget. And just like that, we're all square at 31. Quick 3, too strong. Rebound though, corralled. And now a deep 3 by Pettis, and he hits.
That's a great answer by Big Lake. He's out all his timeouts. I thought maybe he looked like he maybe wanted to call one, but sometimes it's better to go on a positive, especially with nobody in the crowd like that, and it's just such a quiet gym. You don't want to call timeout when it just seems like the sky's falling. But, man, right now, Paynesville has made the adjustment offensively. They're doing a lot of back doors, understanding that there's nobody home if they get there, and have really made this an absolute game.
Layton too strong.
The other thing they're doing, Growth, is they're really rebounding the ball well. And Big Lake's been one and done for about the last 6 possessions, minus that made 3.
Quick 3 there. That's off the front iron by Hemmingson. Rebound, Big Lake. They're looking to run. Pettis looking to find that spot. Now it finds near side Reiner. He drives, shot blocked, but contact on the body on Mergen. I say he got him on the arm too as Mergen picks up the foul.
He might not like that, but what's the point? Just show your hands, get them up in the air. That probably was going to hit the side of the backboard. I always love to say that. Why, when you feel you've done your job defensively and you've put them in a tough spot, in a bad place to make a hard shot, why are you trying to block that shot? Let them miss the shot. And in this case, kind of worst case scenario, you pick up a cheap foul there. You stop the tempo that you have, and you give up free throws to a guy that wasn't going to make the shot whatsoever.
And ends up in 2 points there for Reiner. Now the lead is back to 3 for Big Lake. Drive gets cut off. Bruner now back up top. Here's Johnson. Over to Mergen. Mergen's going to drive, skip outside to Johnson. The floater is good for Reed Johnson. Now back quickly is Reinert. Near side Pettis. Reiner with the shimmy, drives, kicks, late in the corner. 3 is off the back iron. Rebound corralled, and now Hemmingson's looking to run. Comes back 2 on 4, but they slow it down, and he'll just launch. And inside for the rebound is Johnson. Kick out Flanders. Trying to pick up Layton's third, but Layton does a good job of body control there defensively. Bruner now spins. Jumper off the back iron. Rebound grab by Stukenholtz. And now almost a reach in there by Bruner. But it comes back to the corner. Now the skip to Pettis. He'll fire the deep 3. It's too strong, and Bruner the rebound.
Paynesville once again doing a great job of running off rebounders and making sure they're one and done. Makes it very difficult if you're Paynesville or if you're Big Lake, knowing that you're going to get one shot at it. Very different than the first game where Park Christian girls were giving up every backside board. They are what I love is they're clearing out. The big is clearing out the rebounder, and then the guards coming in to get the rebound, which also allows you to kind of push transition a little bit better. But wonderful job by Paynesville to get themselves right back into this game, and a game that we thought maybe would be more Big Lake has turned into certainly Paynesville the last few minutes looking like the more comfortable basketball team.
We got time on the floor.
At Hilltop Lumber, we're not just about building materials. We're about building relationships. We're honored to be recognized for our excellence in our industry. But the greatest reward? It's the trust we built with our customers. It's not just about providing quality materials. It's about building strong relationships. We're proud to be a part of the communities we serve, working with you to bring your vision to life. Because at Hilltop Lumber, success is measured by the partnerships we create and the homes, businesses, and dreams we help build together. Hilltop Lumber, where we help plan, supply, and deliver dreams.
Welcome back into the Hive. It's 36-35 on your Hilltop Lumber scoreboard. It's been an interesting first half. Again, stay tuned. Halftime show. We'll be joined by Grant Durkheising, Yellow Jacket boys basketball head coach, to preview their game. Talk a little bit about this one. Three-pointer on its way, and that's off the iron. It goes out of bounds far side on the missed attempt by Hemmingson. Here's Pettis. To Miley now. Tough one, crossover, dribbles now, and it still has it, goes right side, loses it to the floor, and it's turned over. Here's Mergen. Now it's to the floor again. Up top, Flanders with the head fake. Driving, and a foul. Reaching in there was Newland. That's going to put Brandon Meager to the line.
Young hustle player. He's made some plays throughout this first half. I don't think if he's in the scorebook yet, but he's certainly made some plays as he subbed in. It just seems as if Paynesville's kind of gotten more comfortable with the pressure Big Lake is providing and understanding how they can counter that and find ways to score. And unless things change, I think we're in for a really good game all the way through.
Well, they're just a couple of finishes at the rim from really having probably a 4 to 6 point lead right now.
Yeah.
He hits both, does Meager, and now they lead by a point. Here's Layton with it. Newland now to Barron. Layton, the floater from him is good. He's back on the board now, has 12.
You saw that with a young sophomore, post like that. Once he got into foul trouble and he sat on the bench for a while, he was not very comfortable when he got back in the game offensively. Missed like 3 in a row. Nice to see him score again.
And there's Flanders, a nice entry, and he finishes.
Great understanding that 13's got 2 fouls and that he's not going to put up much of a fight if you get it down to him. So he pretty much just gives up that layup. I'm sure they'll go back to that if they can.
To the corner, Newland. Here's Barron. He'll take the deep 3 and hit. Maxwell Barron hits the 3. It's 41-39. Back the other way is Flanders. Mergen taking a look. Gets the screen. And now a nice feed inside and a finish there by Reed Johnson. We're tied at 41. Pettis. Turnaround jumper high off the glass. Johnson's there for the board. Quickly up ahead, Meager. He'll slow it down. 10 seconds the differential between the game and the shot clock. Mergen down the baseline. Scoop on the reverse, no good. The putback attempt, no good by Meager. He was too low underneath, and back comes Pettis. Down low, finds Layton off the glass for 2.
That's a really tough stretch there for Paynesville as they had 2 good chances.
And I think we had an inadvertent whistle as they thought there was a timeout called. Official saying it's my fault.
Oh, he's talking about time, saying there's 22 seconds left. Sounded like timeout. It's like those coaches that call their offense 5 out. Drives me crazy. screaming 5 out the whole time, and the ref's supposed to know.
Johnson with it. Now to Bruner. Meager now. And it's stolen away. Layton takes a look, lays it in. Now a heave to the corner. A 3 to beat the buzzer is good. Hitting that one is Mergen, and that will do it for our first half. It's 45-44. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be joined by Grant Durkheisen, Yellow Jacket boys basketball head coach.
It's not necessary to build your business in Perham, Minnesota to be successful. But it sure does help. Hammers Construction. Your vision, our team.
Hi, I'm Tammy Jo Awney at United Community Bank, your local community bank. We've been serving the area since 1911, helping families grow, businesses expand, right here locally. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas from your friends at United Community Bank. We'd like to thank you for banking locally, serving you locally in Perham, Frazee, and Dent.
United Community Bank, your community bank. Member FDIC.
Welcome back into the Hive. We're in halftime. Big Lake leading Paynesville area by a score of 45-44. We're now joined by Yellow Jacket head coach Grant Durkheisen, getting ready for a fun one tonight against Sauk Center. First, Grant, the Main Streeters have been very familiar with this tournament. What do you expect to see and what do you look for against the Main Streeters tonight?
Yeah, they've been coming up here to our holiday tournament for 5 years now, and Coach Kevin, their head coach, does a really nice job of making their guys play discipline, and that's on the defensive side of the floor. They switch a lot of ball screens. They get after it. They get down in the stance and guard. And offensively, they'll go a little bit of 4 out, a little bit of 5 out. In the past, they've been a really heavy dribble drive type system team, but this year they're running a lot of half-court sets. Almost every time down the floor, they're going to be calling a half-court set, and 80% of the time it's going to number 4, Drevlo. He's their leading scorer. He's averaging 26 points a game, and he can take over. He can shoot it from the three-point line. He can post up on the block, and he can take it to the rim with his left or right hand. So that's going to be a key for us, is if we can keep him in front and be able to get stops on him and get a couple of scores on the other side as well.
So far, your takeaway from this one between Paynesville and Big Lake right now, a 1-point game here at the half.
Yeah, I mean, both teams are kind of still looking for an identity defensively, and there's not a lot of defensive on-ball pressure, and their rotations on the backside haven't been very good either. So 45-44 at half. It's Big Lake obviously likes to run and gun and get easy possessions in their dribble drive system, and Paynesville missed a couple of layups early in the first half, and that kind of hurt them. They got down by 8-10 points, and now they're starting to hit their shots, and they're spreading the floor a lot better, and they are at the free throw line with, 9 minutes to go left in the first half, so they started to figure out, let's get aggressive on these guys. Big Lake started to hand check them, and they were sitting at the free throw line for almost 9 minutes straight.
Tonight also a big night overall at between the girls and the boys game, the honoring of the 2011 state boys basketball championship team, and that's got to be a very special night here as well too.
Yeah, it's hard to believe it's been 15 years already, and to have almost all their guys back except for I think one from that varsity roster is able to make it, and he lives down in southern United States. So it's a special time. You know, once you graduate a jacket, you still bleed that black and yellow for many, many years. And what a memorable season they had from going through adversity with Gabbard's cardiac arrest, and then there was also a situation in Perham that a couple of young people lost their lives as well, and then battling through a couple of really close games and ultimately winning a state championship. That's what it's about, and you can tell they were a really connected team, and it wasn't just on the floor, it was outside of basketball too, and for many, many years, and ultimately, when you build a program and you're a top-tier program, you have guys who are committed to each other in the program, good things come about. But no, it's exciting for all those guys to get back here in Perham and to see some faces they haven't seen very often, and I'm guessing over half of them have not seen the Hive, and so that'll be exciting to recognize those guys who have put in a lot of time years ago.
I see two major changes, Coach, this year since you took the helm compared to myself coaching or Coach Cressup. The main thing I've seen is your concerted effort to push tempo, get the ball up the sideline. I've reffed a couple C-team games as well. You guys as a coaching staff are pushing them to get up the ball up the sideline as much as they can, which is a little bit different than in years past. And the other thing is getting downhill and finding ways to get to the free throw line, which I think has paid off major dividends in your last two games where you didn't necessarily lead the game the whole time, but down the stretch, finding ways to get guys in foul trouble, get to the free throw line has been the difference against two quality teams. And so is that something that you as a coaching staff have decided this year? Is that more, hey, what your philosophy is, or is that more, hey, this group in particular, whether it's Isaiah or Tate Zacharias that like doing that? What's the push behind that?
Yeah, so it kind of started this summer. We looked at, who we got coming back, and we know we have speed and we have some toughness along the lines too, and we wanted to push tempo and try to get easy buckets in transition, and ultimately that's going to give us more points on the scoreboard as we continue to build defensive depth on the other side of the floor. So yeah, that's a philosophy that we really like, and it's honestly a fun style to coach. I think the players love to play that way, that style, and for fans to watch too. The one thing that we do have to continue to work on is taking care of the basketball. We've turned it over 3 of our 5 first games. We've turned over way too many times, and they're unforced turnovers, and they're just mistakes of when we get going too fast. We got to be able to recognize, okay, let's slow down a possession or two here or there and get a quality look. So that's something we've really preached the last couple of weeks right before break and then over Christmas as well.
And I suppose when you go to that style of basketball, with Coach Cressup, that state tournament team, I think they turned the ball over about 6 times a game, and maybe even less. You got to kind of live with some of those turnovers from like a Mika Leonard, who's just trying to find ways to score baskets and just not used to maybe that exact style, knowing that towards the end of the year it's really going to pay off.
Yeah, for years, Coach Cressup preached defense, and you can tell before the shot clock was in play, he coached some of the best defensive teams, not only in our section or our conference, but around the state for many, many years. And the shot clock changes the game a little bit as well. I think teams are doing a lot more full court pressure, zones and man, and then the shot selection isn't as good as it used to be because guys want to play fast as well. And so that's a couple things that have definitely changed since the shot clock has come into play.
Well, they've been really fun to watch, Coach, so far, and I'm excited to be part of it tonight.
Yep, thanks.
Well, thank you, Grant, for stopping by on our pregame show. Again, tonight, the Yellow Jacket boys against Sox Center. One other quick question. Little bit of a break again during the holidays. What are kind of the things you do to kind of prep your team? And it's obviously a different atmosphere when it comes holiday tournament time.
Yeah, I mean, you think back to last week, we practiced Monday and then Tuesday morning, quick practice, and then we had a mental health breakfast, and then gave them 3.5 days off. So we came back Saturday and practiced for almost 3 hours. And then we were going to have an optional open gym last night on Sunday, but with the weather, we wanted the kids to stay safe and stay home. And really, the kids need the break. The coaches need that short break as well. But the expectation does not change, even though there's no school in session. The scouting sessions, the practice preparation, all that stuff, it does not change. And ultimately, as you move forward throughout the season here in January and February, those are the 2 hardest months coaching-wise for boys and girls basketball. So you really want to build that consistency. And now we got everybody back. We got our top 9 guys back, and we had 2 guys that were, injured and another guy that was sick. So those guys are back for us starting tonight. So that's going to be a key. We got that depth again, and it's kind of a blessing and a curse because you got other guys who stepped up and had some huge minutes. But at the same time, too, as a coach, at some point in this 16-week season, there's going to be injuries and there's going to be sicknesses. So, we're excited for the second half of the season. Sox Center tonight, and then whoever we got for tomorrow. It's fun to play these teams that are non-section and non-conference games, and if you happen to win these games, they're big QRF boosts come playoff time in early March for seeding too.
Well, Grant, thank you for stopping by here tonight, and good luck, and we wish you the best of luck as you guys get ready to take on Sox Center. We'll be back here on the 549 Media.
Lakes Community Cooperative is proud to support Yellow Jacket activities and our entire community. From propane and fuel to feed, HVAC, country stores, auto shops, a meat market, and more, LCC is your one-stop cooperative for farm, home, and business needs. Locally owned and trusted for generations, Lakes Community Cooperative is committed to powering our communities and serving you every day. Visit lakescommunitycoop.com to learn more about your cooperative and the many ways we can serve you.
At United Community Bank, we're not just in the community, we're sewn into the fabric of it. We shop downtown, we coach Little League, we're a part of your story. We're not serving customers, we're serving families. And we've done so since 1911. We're here for your first bank account, your first car, your first home. Community is our middle name, and Perham, Frazee, and Dent are our homes. And where some banks have branches, we have roots. United Community Bank, ucbankmn.com, member FDIC.
Welcome back here at the Hive. We thank Grant Durkheising for stopping by during our halftime show. Big Lake leading this one 45-44. Leading the way, Judd Layton with 16 points. 8 for Lane Pettis. On the other side for Paynesville, Reed Johnson has 11. Sam Bruner with 10. As it's 45-44. It'll be interesting to see how this one plays out. If it ends up 90-88 or...
I would guess that would be closer than both teams hunkering down defensively, bro.
Stickenholtz with the basketball. They work the weave again, hammering now. Here's Reiner, different starting five for Big Lake to start the second half. Jump stop in the lane. And held ball is going to be the call. Officials weren't really going to bail him out once he jumped in like a running back and then just held onto the ball as Paynesville converged.
Looked like he switched pivot foots there too, which is tough when there's a crowd in there to see.
Johnson. It's a good thing that we have this nice aerial angle that helps on some of the stuff. Head fake there by Johnson. And I'm sure a few times when you may go back and look at the tape as a coach and see different things from the different angles, working inside there is Mergen.
Yeah, you can't text them and say, oops, sorry about that one from tonight. But the next time you see them, you might bring it up and they go, what are you talking about? But it maybe ate at you a little bit.
Now driving, layup too strong there. Stiggenholtz, a rebound. Layton is there. He's got 18 now.
I don't know how tall he's going to get. He looks like he's going to be a tall kid just with the size of his feet and his arms and hands. But, man, does he has some nice feel around the rim.
Here's Bruner. As Big Lake leads by a point, looking to drive is Mergen. Kick out in the corner. A three on its way, in and out, no. Rebound grab by Pettis. Quickly up ahead, Reinert drops it off there, and off the glass is hammering for two. Johnson now. Mergen. Gets it back to Johnson as he takes a look over. Barely kept his feet on the ground on that one with a couple of fakes inside to Flanders. Flanders fighting through. Works free, gets the foul.
Yeah, I mean, I think you should, look for 13 is hammering, right, to maybe match up with somebody different. That's a tough matchup for him. If Johnson sees that, he's just going to go down as Flanders does, he's just going to, he understands I can already more physical than this guy, plus he's got 3 fouls now. I'm going to just get the ball down there. And he was asking for 3 seconds because he literally sat there and said, give me the basketball, got out of the lane and did it. So that's a tough one, for him to say, hey, well, I'm trying to compete here. The guy's just a little bit stronger than me.
Flanders goes 2 of 2 at the Horseman free throw line, cuts it back to a 1-point game on your Hilltop Lumber scoreboard. Inside in the lane, jumper short there by Reinertz, and the rebound's grabbed by Paynesville, and the Bulldogs come back. Head fake there by Johnson. He drives up strong for a pair. He's got 13 now. And Paynesville back in front as the lead seesaws back and forth between Paynesville and Big Lake. Here's Layton. Hit a nice first half with 16 in the first half, 18 overall. Gets it back down low, has the basket, He's got 20 on the night now. The key for him staying out of foul trouble, Kyle. When he was in foul trouble, Paynesville really made a run.
Yeah, and he just got kind of out of sync in what he was normally doing. So if he can stay on the floor, that's going to pay major dividends for Big Lake, especially with their guard out.
Flanders inside, goes up, doesn't get it to roll, earns a trip to the free throw line, and like you said, Kyle, they're taking advantage of the mismatch that Flanders creates inside.
Yeah, I mean, credit to them. They're absolutely understanding that they have something down there. I mean, Big Lake isn't a large team by any means, but when he gets down there, he just lands on two. He's going to be steady. He's going to get you in the air, and when you get in the air, he's going to go into your armpit and he's going to shoot 2 free throws. And so that's going to keep this game tight the whole time if they're going to continue to do that. Big Lake's done a nice job of trying to push tempo here, but it's looking a lot similar to that first half.
52-51. Flanders now 4 of 4 at the line in the second half. That layup up and in is good by Reinert. Back and forth we go. Johnson. Looking for a cutter. Big Lake run it well. Now going to the hoop is Bruner. Bruner strong to the glass. And this is just bully ball inside right now by Paynesville. They lead by a point, and now Stukenholtz the 3. Johnson now. Here's Bruner. Drives, contact, shot off the back.
I guess not out of bounds.
3-pointer offline. Inside. It's good.
That must have been our angle that we have from up here that we saw that go off the back of the backboard. And the ref. All right, here we go. I got to get locked in here. I've never seen that before.
Flanders hits. It's a 1-point game. That floater's good by Pettis.
Pettis is just makes timely shots or timely, that he had a huge 3 in the end of the first half where it looked like the sky was falling, and he hit a big 3 to kind of get him back. I think it either gave him a 3-point lead or tied the game, which just kind of kept him around, and he's done it again in the second half.
Now leaking out is Reinert, and he lays it up and in. That's a 3-point Big Lake lead. Johnson now. Hands it off there for Mergen. And a foul as Mergen was looking to go to the hoop. The foul's on Layton. That's his 3rd.
Yeah, he doesn't like the reach call, but you're switching off that handoff, and you're not in a stance and out of position. He has the right to go towards the bucket. And, it might not have necessarily been a reaching foul, but he certainly displaced him. Just got to get a little more discipline to get in a stance.
Reed Johnson with it. 3-pointer on its way, and that's off the back iron from Hemmingson. Long rebound, and Big Lake back the other way. Reinert now into the lane to Layton. Layton gets that to go. He's got 22 on the night. And we got a timeout on the floor as Big Lake now leads by 5 here on your Hilltop Lumber scoreboard.
80-90% of this world goes to a 8-to-5 job, and they get to slave away to barely get by. We have the opportunity to go put in the work and be able to change people's lives. Be the less than 1% in this business. Everyone in this room has the opportunity for growth. Everyone in this room has the opportunity to go protect a bunch of people. Be that person today.
If you're self-motivated and disciplined, this is the opportunity for you. Call Dan Persons at 218-259-0741 for more information.
It's not necessary to build your business in Perm, Minnesota to be successful. But it sure does help. Hammers Construction, your vision, our team.
Welcome back. 12:53 to go. Paynesville ball. As Big Lake looks like they made a couple of changes defensively here. Now they go inside Flanders. Bounce pass down low for Vanderwest. Comes back up top. Johnson, the three, he hits.
Yeah, they go zone out of that timeout. Had a decent possession there, but then you get that inside-out three, and that's kind of the first time they've had that opportunity and knocked it down.
To the far side now, Pettis, pull-up jumper in and out. Rebound grab by Flanders. Paynesville has a chance to tie or take the lead on this possession. And Johnson fires the tough shots, no good, but Paynesville on the glass. Floater is short by Hemmingson. Here's Biley with it. Knifes through off the glass, it's good.
It's a good take there, under control. Looked like maybe they're going to set up for a charge, but he did a nice job of slowing himself down.
As Bealey gets that one to go, it's 63-59. His first 2 points of the night. As now the Big Lake faithful, the few starting to make some noise. Head fake there, Flanders drives, contested, short on the shot. Or too strong off the back. Stukenholtz contested, gets it to go, and has a chance at a three-point play.
Yeah, he's been quiet tonight. If he can get going, he got a couple early or he was out early. If he can get going, you know, that's a way for them to stretch this lead out. That was a nice take.
Hemmingson picks up his third. Stukenholtz for the three-point play at the Horseman free throw line. Is it 65-59 in favor of Big Lake? And that one is good. He's got 10 now. $11-10 to go as Big Lake has now kind of stretched it out, the 2-on-2 here. And that leads to a turnover there. Stukenholtz. Here's Biley. Got the gather step, and it goes to the near side. Reiner kick out to the corner. A three on its way. It's good. William Newland hitting the corner three. Leads to a timeout, and Big Lake now has a 10-point lead. And we'll be back here on the
Central Market, the fresh place in Perham and Detroit Lakes, offering the freshest meat, produce, bakery, and deli products possible with great value for your money. A visit to Central Market is a journey into freshness. You'll always be able to find a wide variety of items that will result in the perfect meal for your family and friends. Begin with their meat department, and whether it's succulent fruit and vegetables, fresh baked specialties from their bakery, or the convenience of fresh deli selections. Central Market is the fresh place for your family. Go Yellow Jackets!
Since 1980, more families have trusted Jack Chivers Realty than anyone else in the Lakes area. I'm Blake Olson, the owner of Jack Chivers Realty. Our dedicated agents have a deep understanding of the area.
We live here and our kids go to school here. Let us find the perfect home for you and your family, or lean on our knowledge and marketing to sell your home. Find out how Chivers delivers right here in Perham. Reach out today and start packing. JackChiversRealty.com.
Welcome back to the Hive. Timeout there by Paynesville. They have 2 remaining. Big Lake has 3. As Big Lake has gone on a little bit of a run here, now leads by 10.
Looks like Big Lake's going to come with some zone pressure here, which is a good mix-up. Anytime you can kind of ruin what they talked about during their timeout, for at least for possession, you feel pretty good about it, especially with a 10-point lead. Now to see what they fall back into.
The three from the corner from Hemmingson's no good. Rebound grab by Stukenholtz. They swing it around. It ends up in the hands of Pettis. Drops it off for Biley. And that's off the hands of Hemmingson in the backcourt. Newland will get it. Now into the corner. A three on its way. That one's offline and almost got the roll. Or a bounce. Flanders in the lane. Flanders fighting up, gets sacked to go.
Yeah, Flanders is having a night. He just understands that there's not going to be any help coming. He just knows he can just continue to push down there and make a play.
Head fake by Stukenholtz. Now the floater is good. He's got 12 now. Lead back to 10. Flanders with the head fake. Hits his defender out the ground. Nice feed. And a finish there for Vanderweest.
Defense optional on that possession.
And that one's good. Back the other way by Reinert. Some would look at the scoreboard and say it's been optional for much of the game.
I like what this certainly slows down, Paynesville's ability to score in a hurry. But it's after they get past that initial break, then can you find a way to, either get matched up or get yourself sunk in and not give a layup. And so you might have done your job in slowing down what they're trying to do, but not if you're going to give up buckets. And then if you get out of position and give a foul, you get it similar to the second half or first half where suddenly they're at 7 minutes of the bonus, and you just can't have that. That's what got them back into the game in the first half.
The 10-point first half lead for Big Lake that Paynesville's able to close and get it to within 1 at the half. They're trying to see if they can do it again here at the second half as a three-pointer from the corner is short. But they end up getting the ball back to Meager. Unable to keep his feet in bounds was Meager underneath. Got too far underneath the hoop, and the turnover gives it back to Big Lake. Feed down low. Layton. Pettis now. He'll take the three. Off the front iron. Rebound. And a foul by Stukenholtz. He's got 3 now. Layton, Stukenholtz, and Hamrin all have 3. 8:34 to go. The 5th team.
That's just another one of those you got to let them. You didn't get it. You're out of position a little bit. He was able to work hard enough for the rebound. Just live to see another play. Don't put yourself in a position to get subbed out. Not just that, but get yourself closer to the bonus.
Reed Johnson will bring it up slowly for Paynesville. Now with the fake here near side is Bruner. Brings it back up top, Flanders. He gets it back. Trying to create some space, but Layton doing a nice job on him. Ball to the floor. Tied up. Possession arrow gives it to Big Lake.
That's the best defensive possession they've had all game, particularly Layton. Layton did a nice job throughout that possession of getting in a stance, moving, walling up, making it life a little bit more difficult. And he's had a big game on the offensive end. That's the first time I've really seen him make a big difference on the defensive end.
Layton unable to get that to go. And coming back to the other way was Bruner, and he picks up a foul.
Yeah, it's one of those things, stands the test of time. If you didn't like the last call and you said something about the last call, you can best believe that there's a chance that next close call it's going to happen again. And so you end up going that route. You end up finding a way to sit on the bench. It's just a tough spot because he's such a difference maker on him offensively.
That's the 4th on Hamrin. Inside the lane it goes. Meager, off balance shot. Grabbed by Big Lake. Finally with it now. Drives, floater, short, out of bounds. So go to Paynesville. 7.5 to go. Yellow Jacket girls will take on New York Mills following the conclusion of this one. We'll have a new stream for that one as they find Meager down low. Off the glass, he gets that to go. Off the head, here's Reinert, spins into the lane, turnaround jumper's good.
He's had a couple of those, one going to his right, one going to his left, where he's found a way to make that little kind of tough jumper off of a spin move, and those have been 2 really key points. And he's a hustle guy, but he's found a way to make himself part of the basketball game offensively too, and not just be one of those rebounder defensive players. And then he picks up the cheapie.
They have him for 3. At the line will be Flanders. Been quiet for a little bit, but he's 4 at the line in the second half. And he's short on the first one. Layton to the hoop. The floater's good. Layton with 24. Making a good case for our Steve Sanitation player of the game. Coming up in an abbreviated postgame show brought to you by Kale and Family Brands.
Paynesville's going to have one stretch left here to kind of close this game up. And coach is down to one timeout here. So hopefully he can kind of come up with one last rallying cry because they've done a nice job of keeping this game close.
Time on the floor.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks. Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint brands. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell
and Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware,
right here in downtown Perham.
At Nias Family Sales, our experienced mechanics are here to provide exceptional service in a timely manner. With 10 service bays, the service department at Nias Family Sales can work on all makes and models. Our experienced mechanics can do everything from oil changes, tire repairs, brake service, engine and transmission repair, and much more. Schedule your vehicle today. Call 218-346-5976 or visit the Nias Family Sales Service Center at 610 East Main Street in Perham.
Welcome back into the Hive. Like you said, Paynesville hoping to go on that one big run here at the end of the game, and there's a turnover and a finish at the hoop.
Man pressure is the answer with an early trap. Trapping first pass. That works for a couple possessions. Hopefully they can keep it going.
And Layton finishes at the hoop. 79-67.
You tell your guys if you're Big Lake, hey, they're going to get one out of that, kind of shocking us. Now can we get back to what we do and be sure with the ball and get into our press break and we'll be fine. You got to imagine they don't mind getting pressed as they like to push tempo.
Johnson looking inside Flanders. Flanders brings the contact and now will go to the line as he draws the foul.
What coach has done a really nice job with this game is just understanding that no matter who Flanders has on them, they just don't have anybody that's there. And so he ends up, in that case, he had a tiny guard on him who jumps right away and gets it. How many free throws has Flanders shot so far today?
Because he hits another one. He had 4 in the first half. So far, 6 there in the second half. So he's earned 10 free throws at the line.
So it's the right strategy. You've also got their guys in foul trouble. You just got to find a way to match their points, which Big Lake can certainly. They're over their number already, and they're certainly going to add to it, I'm sure.
That one is no good as it goes into the corner. Layton, the feed down low, bringing it back up top. It comes to the hands of Stukenholtz, and he takes the 3. It's no good. Rebound grab by Bruner. Outlets it up ahead. Now with the Johnson taking a look over as the offense gets set. Spins right side. Nice cut off the pass, though, is deflected. Goes off the backboard, and Big Lake comes the other way, and it's Stukenholtz to finish.
In the last 2 sets they've had trying to get that back door, they've been able to turn it into turnovers, and so that ends up being a swing there when you don't get that, give that up, and they finally adjusted to giving up all those back doors, at least partially.
Stukenholtz takes a hit, gets the pass off. Big Lake's able to get across the timeline. Now hammering in a timeout. Timeout called by Big Lake's head coach Lance Pettis. We'll take a break with them. His Hornets lead the Bulldogs 81-6.
At Nias Family Sales, our experienced mechanics are here to provide exceptional service in a timely manner. With 10 service bays, the service department at Nias Family Sales can work on all makes and models. Our experienced mechanics can do everything from oil changes, tire repairs, brake service, engine and transmission repair, and much more. Schedule your vehicle today. Call 218-346-5976 or visit the Nias Family Sales Service Center at 610 East Main Street in Perham.
Welcome back to the Hive. Big Lake looking to close this one out, leading 81-68. The deep inbounds pass can also bring it in. And driving to the hoop, Hamron gets blocked. And now a foul on the rebound. Johnson grabbed the rebound. He got fouled. They call it on Layton. That's his fourth. At the line will be Reed Johnson.
Who is the foul on here? They called it on Layton, huh?
They called it on Layton, his fourth.
I think he was going in, trying to get that board, and just kind of was over the top of him, and it was just hard not to call something there.
Hammering off the missed free throw. To the near side, a 3 for Pettis. No. Rebound tapped around, grabbed there by Mergen. Up ahead to Reed Johnson. Now, a head fake there by Bruner. Into the lane, gets it slapped away to the floor. They battle. And it comes into the hands of Stukenholtz. Up ahead, here's Pettis. Ball fake now over there for Reiner. Kicks outside. The extra pass. Newland thought about it, passed it up. Now comes the Pettis with a head fake. He drives in the lane, tries to kick it out. Now back the other way, driving inside and off the glass is Reinert.
Nice possession there. You didn't like Pettis' early three in that earlier possession. That time he's patient with it and ends up getting the good one.
Shot no good by Flanders. Big Lake running again. Pettis into the lane. He's fouled. He'll shoot with 3:50 to go. It's been a run for Big Lake here. They've kind of taken control of this one.
Yeah, Paynesville played about as good as they could have in the first half, besides that beginning stretch once they kind of figured out the tempo of the game. But it's just kind of been, Paynesville's done some good things. It's just Big Lake is more used to playing this style of basketball, which has given them that 16-point lead.
That free throw is good. Makes it 84-68. Might have to say our Otter Tail power play of the game is going to be not one that you usually see, but a three-pointer there by Flanders, no good. Back the other way. Newland steps into a three. That's in and out. Hammer in the rebound. Pettis the pass. Reiner drives, kicks. Three from Stukenholtz is no good. Hammer on the boards. Put back. No, he's fouled. He'll shoot a pair. Fouls on Hemmingson.
Just a tough possession. I mean, if you're Paynesville, you're happy they're shooting the ball early in the shot clock with 3 minutes left. But if that's the case, you still got to find a way to rebound the basketball. And so to get two offensive boards in that possession just kind of ends up, kind of being the nail in the coffin for them to make any more stretch run towards this thing.
Hammer misses that one. It's kind of leading to our Otter Tail power play of the game. I know in the grand scheme of things, it's not your typical play of the game that ends up affecting how the score ends up, but I'm going to give it to Paynesville's Matthew Hemmingson for the buzzer beater shot clock heave that ended up going right in the hoop early in the first half.
Yeah, that's one you turn and hope. It was just more the oddity of how he shot the basketball. It just more threw it like he was at the Pizza Ranch Fun Zone, and it went in.
Hemmingson with it spins. Floater, no good. Rebound tapped out of bounds.
That's free advertising there for Pizza Ranch. Hopefully I can get a buffet out of that if they're listening at home.
3:01 to go. 85-68 in the second half. Steve Sanitation, play of the game, coming up in our postgame show, brought to you by KLM Family Brands. And that's up and in for Mr. Layton.
That's the tough part, right? You got to get out of who you are, and when you get out of who you are and you got to go pressure in the full court, you end up going right to what they want to do. That's tough.
And Brunner gets called for the offensive foul on his way to the hoop.
Knock knees there. That's a tough one. It feels really, really good. It doesn't seem to hurt as long when you hear that charge call. It's if they call a block, then it really seems to hurt and never go away.
As Hamron hops off, will get checked out by activities trainer Colton Lehman, and the ball is turned over as
he started moving like he had like it was after a made basket. It was too much of a shuffle. They'll give you a little bit of grace, but that was a little bit extra. That was a shuffle.
Johnson with it. Flanders now near side. Walker comes over the near side for Brunner. Brunner hands it off for Johnson. Tapped off of his hands and all the bounds. 2:28 to go. 87-68 your score on your Hilltop Lumber scoreboard. Stay tuned. KLN Family Brands postgame show coming up. Fortunately, the run we thought was coming for Paynesville ended up not happening as the defense of Big Lake made some key adjustments and kind of clamped down here in the second half. Pettis drives, kicks out here, and the extra pass comes, and another one. Now into the corner, Pettis. He had his bench ready to rise up for three, but Miley will take, and he'll hit.
Yeah, that's a basketball god play there. You make the better play, and then your teammates ends up making the bucket. Excellent possession there by Big Lake, actually taking some time off the clock while still being aggressive.
Well, they hit the 90 points that I thought one of the teams would hit, as that shot was no good. Edmondson gets tapped out of bounds with 1:46 to go, and we have wholesale changes for both teams.
You could also go mass changes. You could go a new, it's Big Lake, so you could do like a nest of hornets. I don't know.
I'm just going to let that one go.
Okay. I've been you and EA.
That one's short.
That's that time, though. When you're that guy getting those extra minutes and that ball gets reversed, you've been sitting on the bench all day. I'm putting that thing up. It's hard to blame him.
Miley getting pressure now as the basketball goes behind the back and stolen away by Meager. And now a foul. That will put Meager to the line. That one's good.
Both these teams had some younger guys get minutes today that did a lot of nice things. Certainly, I think the main guy is Lehman. He is a really, really high-quality player. Looks like he puts a lot of time into his game. But overall, he kind of controlled it, particularly in the second half. Just really good around the rim and stayed out of foul trouble, which he was in the first half. But overall, you can best believe that you're going to be hearing his name as the next couple of years come on, being a sophomore like that.
And a foul there on the way to the hoop with 54 seconds to go. Again, the Yellow Jacket girls will have a new stream for that one once we close this one out. Abbreviated postgame will lead you into the pregame show as the Yellow Jackets get ready to take on New York Mills. as the afternoon session comes to a close. Big Lake will play in the Holiday Hoops at the Hive Championship as that three's offline. They'll play either Perham or Sauk Center. We'll have the full scheduled events throughout the night, but earlier starts tomorrow as there's a foul underneath with 28.2 to go, and that will lead to free throws. And Meager will be back at the line. McCormick. On that foul, the free throw is short. That one's good, though. Pressure on, 90-72, and a foul. Meager on the foul. Get our next game scheduled to start. That'll be a little later than 5:30.
These guys have tightened up the whistle here in garbage time.
As
want to make sure we don't start on schedule.
Maurice
is okay.
Yukiku at the line. That's offline. As Paynesville brings it up court. Knifing through and finishing at the hoop is Jalen Harrell. And that will do it as Big Lake crosses half court. The clock runs out. Big Lake advances with a 90-74 victory over Paynesville area. We'll be back to wrap things up. Their KLN Family Brands post-game show.
Picture this. Brand new floors that make your home feel brand new. At Interiors by Winkles in Perham, flooring isn't just what we do, it's all we do. For over 35 years, our family-owned showroom has helped homeowners find the perfect carpet, hardwood, vinyl, or tile. We handle it all. Design ideas, detailed estimates, and expert installation, so you can enjoy the results, not the stress. Interiors by Winkles, where flooring meets expertise. Visit interiorsbywinkles.com to start today.
We take pride in what we send out. When you open a bag of licorice, you want that licorice to look good, you want that licorice to taste good. We work for you. We take pride in what we're making and what we are offering. It is so important to me. I do thank KLN from the bottom of my heart. They believe you and your family is important.
Welcome back to the Hive. KLN Family Brands postgame show rolls on. Big Lake earns a 90-74 victory, and we'll name our Steve Sanitation player of the game, and we both easily agreed on this one. It was Judd Layton in his presence today, finishing with 28 points to lead the Hornets to the victory.
Yeah, and it would have been more if he didn't catch that early foul trouble, and they were kind of sophomore fouls too, where he was trying hard against, I believe, Flanders, trying to defend, and you could see they kind of said, well, we're not gonna have you guard Flanders the whole time because they'll get you out of the game. We'll have you guard somebody else. And I just thought overall on both sides of the floor, particularly offensively, he ran well. He was able to get a quality rebounds. He did take a couple shots around the perimeter, but around the bucket, he was really, really tough and very well deserved. And looks like a quality young man that's only got plenty of basketball left in him.
So Paynesville will now play tomorrow at 11:45. Big Lake will stick around for the championship game, and we'll play at 3:15 tomorrow. We'll take a break, come back to have a brand new stream set up as New York Mills and Perham will square off here live at the Hive.
You've been watching 549 Media. Don't miss a moment. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications at youtube.com/@549media. The plays, the energy, the excitement, it's all right here with 549 Media.